Hello everyone. I hope I am audible. Kindly one of you can confirm me if I am audible. Yes. Okay. Thank you. So today's class will be we are going to today understand a very new concept, and that is all about database. Okay. So before starting the concept, uh, let me tell you first of all that what we are going to understand and how we can I mean what are the basic concepts. Okay, so what I will be doing is, first of all, I'll make you understand that basic concept regarding the database, and then I will switch on to the apps development. So let's get started, guys. So when you hear the word database, I hope you also might be getting a feeling, or you might be remembering about a programming that is called SQL based programming, SQL language. I hope yes or no. Yes, guys. Okay. So today we are going to understand how this database we can implement in Android with the help of SQL. Okay, guys. So you will be surprised to know in and smartphone which you are using, it is containing a database that's called SQLite. Okay, a light database is present inside the Android Studio, and that's called SQLite. Okay, so we'll take use of this database only, which is present inside the Android OS. Okay, and we will write the SQL queries. Okay, what we will do, we'll write SQL queries in order to perform some kind of task. Okay, so let's now take some question and then let's try to do it. So I hope maximum of you might be aware of the SQL queries. Can I get yes or no from you? I hope the students might be aware of the SQL queries, like select star from table or create table and all those commands you might be aware of. Can someone reply? SQL queries, I hope so. So if you are not aware, then not an issue. The queries which I will be dealing, I'll explain them also. Okay. So I have a recap regarding them. So what is database? First of all, let's understand that. So database is actually, yeah, okay, a little bit, no problem. So database is actually, you can say, a collection of tables. Okay, what is database? Database is collection of tables, and one table I'm showing you. Okay, so it can have more than one table also. So depending upon the requirement of your project, you can have more than one tables. So we'll not go in a very complex way. What we will do, we'll try to understand one table, and we will try to perform the CURD operation. So you might be remembering the CURD operations. Yes or no? Create, update, retrieve, delete, those operations. Okay, we'll try to perform that. Okay. So what is table actually? So table will be having lot of columns and lot of rows. Okay. So like suppose we will now fix one question. Like suppose we are going to create a table where I will be updating some marks of the subjects. Let it be like physics, chemistry, maths. Okay. And let it be English. I'm taking 4 subjects. So what I will do is student wise, I'll take the details from the students. Okay, so let it be like student number 1. Okay, for student number 1, what marks he has got? Let it be like he has got like 98, 78. I'm just randomly writing some values. 78, 66. Okay, and what I will do again is I'll try to find out the sum and average. Okay, like what some total marks he has got and what is the average marks he has received. Okay, and the beauty of the app will be that once you have inserted this information will be saved inside your SQLite database. Okay, SQLite DBL right here. So whatever marks you will be inserting, that will be saved inside the SQLite database. I'll write once more, that is SQLite database. Okay, so this is for one student, then you can enter for second student. So for one student, it will be like suppose first student here, then here the headings will be like the subject name, physics, chemistry, maths, English. Okay, and here you will find their marks like 98, 78, 78, and 66. Okay, for second student, then it can be inserted at this place. For third student, it can be inserted at this place. So this information which you are seeing here, this information will be stored inside the SQLite database. Okay, and whenever you are switching your app on, I mean whenever you are opening your app, what we can do is we can retrieve this information. Okay, what I can do, I can retrieve this information and I can perform the job as per our requirement. Like I can go for some of the there's some I can find out. Whatever information you want, you can find average, you can find like percentage of marks they have received. So it's up to you what you want. Okay, so once you understand one of them, you can apply anywhere. Okay, so our main intention is these. First intention is, let's understand how we can first of all create a table. Okay, first we'll understand how we can create a table. Second will be how we can feed the data. Okay, how we can feed the data, I mean how we can insert the data. Third will be how we can retrieve the information. Okay, so once we have retrieved the information, we can even update the information. Suppose I have retrieved the information and I have stored all these values inside a variable. Okay, suppose I have stored these all values in a variable. So what I can do, I can change them also. So this once I have retrieved, I can update as well. Okay guys, so once you know how to retrieve, you can update as well. Okay, so and next we'll try to understand how we can delete the table or how we can delete the information. Okay, so these once you know the basics of these all, so once you know the basics of these all, what you can do, you can perform any kinds of operations. Okay guys, so my intention is to teach you the basics of these 4 steps. Okay, so what I will do is I'll take the help of this question itself which you are seeing in front of you, and I will try to do it. Okay, so let's see how we can do it. So I'm now going to erase and I'll just again draw the block diagram which will be helping me to create the complete project. So as you know, if you want to do this project, first of all, you will be creating your front-end design. So in the front-end design, what we can have edit text. How many edit text we'll be having? So as you are knowing that there are four subjects which I have used, like that's for physics, chemistry, math, and English. So I'll be using 4 edit text. Okay, and then I'll be having some buttons. Like I'll keep the buttons this time now here, and like first button will be used to insert the information. Okay, so whatever you are inserting, like 77, 66, 36, 44, whatever you are inserting, when you click this button, this information will be stored to student number 1. Okay, and what we will do, we'll be doing one more thing is we will also erase the contents present here so that I can insert the next student's detail also. Okay, that I'll show you how you can do it. And the next button will be for the second task, like we can use for retrieving the information. Okay, so with the help of second button, I can retrieve the information and I can make a text view here. What I will do, I'll make a text view here, text view, and whatever information I have retrieved, I will show them here. Okay, like I can show all the marks, I can show some of the marks, whatever you want. Okay, so while retrieving the marks, I will try to fix it in such a way that I will be able to see the results also. Like I will just show here like uh, find the sum of the marks. So when I click this button, I'll get the marks of each and every subject, and also I will get the sum of the marks. Okay, and if I press this button, I'll be getting the average of the marks. So like suppose if a student has inserted this much information, whatever average will be there, that average I can find out with the help of this button. So in order to find sum and average, what I have to do is I have to first of all retrieve all the information. I have to save them in variables, okay, and then perform the operation as per the requirement of sum and average. Okay, so in order to do this, two things we have to do. And what is that two thing? Let's see. So as you can see, once your front end is ready, okay, so first of all, we'll be making front end, yes or no? So once your front end is ready, we will be creating two Java files. Okay, so we are going to now create two Java files, so Java 1 and Java 2. Let's understand why I'm going to create two Java files. So one Java file will be accepting all the information from the front end. Okay, and here what I will be doing is I will just try to bring all the information, okay, and I will redirect them to the second Java file. Okay, so all the basic things which we used to do, like creating the variables, linking them, and making the functions which can grab the information, okay, or making the button clickable by creating the functions. Those things we will be doing in Java 1 file. Now what is in the Java 2 file? So Java 2 file, you can say it is like a library. Okay, not by default library. This is the user defined library, kind of. Okay, why I'm saying it user defined? Because you all are going to create it. And why you are going to create it? Because we don't know that how many rows and columns you really require for your project. Yes or no? Maybe your project may require 7 or 8 columns, or it may require 100 columns. Who knows? Yes or no? So depending upon what kind of requirement you have, you will have to create your own database library, and that library will be used by your project, or you can say your Java 1 file. So basically, I'm not saying like a very hard term like library and all. I'm going to create a Java file where I will be just defining some functions. Like I'll define the function how I can insert the information. Okay, I'll define the function how I can retrieve the information. Okay, guys. So these kind of functions I will create here, and I will use these functions inside Java 1. Okay, so that's why I'm saying it is a library. Okay, user defined library. So here all basic things regarding database will be created, and here I will be performing the task. Now why I have divided into two sections? Because if you will not divide, the complete code will look very clumsy and you will not understand what is going on. Okay, so that's why I have divided into two parts. Okay, so today already I have prepared complete project, and I will just demonstrate you line by line, code by code, okay, section by section, and once you have understood, then you can confirm me also. Okay, so I hope you have got the gist of the question. I mean, what I really want to explain, that is clear to everyone. Okay, I hope so. So questions should be clear at this moment. If not, you can look carefully what I have drawn in the diagram, and based on that I can proceed. Even it will be better if you can take a screenshot of this and keep it for future reference. Okay, guys. So I hope you have taken the reference and saved it. Okay. Now let's proceed. I'll erase this part and I will move to the Android Studio. So as you can see here, already the complete code is present, and if you look carefully, the code is little bit big, so you may find little bit difficult in understanding, but I guarantee that by the end of the session, you will understand whatever is present here. Okay. So I'll quickly move to the front end design, and I assure that you will understand everything. Okay. So let's see. So I'll just zoom and show you, and wherever required, I'll move to the backend code also, and I'll try to make you understand. So if you look carefully, I don't think I will have to explain a lot, because you can see and understand these all are what? These all are edit text. Okay, these all are what? Edit text, where I have written the hints, as you can see here. Okay, so as per the requirement, I mean, when this front-end design will be shown on the app, you will get these 4 edit text, and you can insert the information here. Okay, guys. Now, if you move little bit below, you can see there are 3 buttons, and you may get a feeling that they all are inserted in something. And if that feeling is coming to you, then you are correct. I have used a different layout here, and that I'll show you here in the attribute section. Okay, so if you look carefully, as I have clicked on the layout, it is showing you the layout name. Okay, or even you can see here. So I have used linear layout. Okay, so why I have used linear layout, let's understand. So linear layout is a layout in which you can insert the information in 2 ways. So either you can insert this way, and that is horizontal. Okay, or you can insert this way, that's called vertical, and this is referred as orientation. Okay, guys, so here I have horizontal orientation, and here I have vertical orientation. Okay, so in order to confirm you, I'll just go to the backend code and I'll show you. Even in the front end code I can show, but let me show you some backend code as well. So if you just move a little bit down, and can you see the linear layout here? And in this, if you look carefully at this line, can you see what is written here? It's written the orientation is horizontal. Okay, and if I will change it to vertical, all the arrows, or you can say some design change may occur. So let me just try and see if let me see what change will happen if I choose the vertical one. So suppose I'm making it vertical. So let's save it and let's move to the design section and let's see what happened. Okay, so I hope you're getting my point. You can see here, this is your linear layout, and now they are arranged in the vertical way, and this is just because of the different spacing it is showing like that. Okay, if the spacing is maintained properly, it will show in the aligned way. Okay, so this difference will come if you change the orientation. Okay, so let me now quickly change the orientation to what horizontal one, because vertical is not looking good. Okay, now if you see what I've done now, I have created 3 buttons here, and I have even named them. So with the help of this button, what I can do, I can insert all the information which is inserted on the edit text. With the help of this, I can retrieve all information, and then I can find out the average of it, and here I can find the sum of it. Now it's up to you what you want to do. You can perform percentile operation. It's up to you. If you can apply the same logic in some other kind of projects as well. Okay, so you can try yourself some other logics. Okay, so now below this, if you look carefully, you will find two more things. Okay, now this is your text view where I will be seeing the output. Okay, and below the text view I have kept one button also. Okay, so if you press this button, what will happen? You can erase all the information. Okay, whatever, if you suppose you have written something and you don't want to proceed that and you want to delete, I mean, if you want to delete, you have to go one by one and delete. But here, if you click on this, you will be able to erase the content of text view, as well as you will be able to erase the content of edit text. It's up to you whether you want to erase only of edit text or complete. It's up to you. Okay, you have to decide yourself. Okay, so I hope if you look carefully, the complete front end design is clear to everyone. Okay, and don't worry, the complete code I will be giving to you. If you have if you have the link of the Google Drive, already I have uploaded all the codes of previous classes. I hope you might have seen that. If you have not seen, I will request I'll request the organizers to drop the link in the comment box. Okay, so with this, I hope I have completed. I have just made you understand the front end design. Now let's move to the back end design. So if you see here in the backend code, where will be the backend code? It will be inside the Java folder inside the first package. And if you look carefully, there are two Java files. Okay, and you all are familiar that there will be sure one Java file that is your main activity. Yes or no? So here you will find all the Java files as per your requirement. Yes, guys. But here we have one more Java file. This is the Java file where I am maintaining the user-defined library. You can think like that, where as per my requirement, I am setting all the information. Okay, guys. So this you have to understand. So if you just have little bit patience, I will explain each and every code line by line. Just have little bit patience. So I'll go according to the question. As you know that what we do, once your front end design is ready, what you will do? You will first of all you will do that 3-step creation of variable, linking of the variable, and using them. Yes or no? Okay. So we'll do that in that way. Okay. So I will just try to I'll just do one thing. I'll highlight the code, and that part of code only you have to see. So if you look carefully, as per my requirement, I had 4 edit text, 1 text view. Yes or no? So, and I had 3 buttons also. For that, I'll see what I have done. So you can see I have created the variables for all the 4 edit text. Okay. And I've also created the variable for the text view where I am showing you the output. Okay, guys. Now, let's again move to the backend code, front-end design, and let's see the functions of the buttons. So if you click on the buttons, you will be able to see the functions here, and that is insert me function here. And if you click the second button, you will able to see the function of the second one, that is find average. And if you click the third button, you will find the function as find sum. So these are 3 functions which we have to create. So if you move to the backend code, and if I just scroll down, can you see wherever I'm highlighting, please look there only. Can you see the first function, that is insert me? Okay. Now if I move again forward, can you see the second function, that is find average? Look here, guys. I'm trying to show you second function here, find average. Okay. And I'll show you even the third function. Okay, I think I missed it. It's here, find sum. Okay. So find sum, find average, and the third function as insert me. Okay, so these 3 functions are the functions which I have to create regarding the 3 buttons, and that already is created. Now let's move forward. Okay, this for time being you forget what is written here. I'll come to you regarding this. Now once the variable creation is done, I'll link it. So you can see here I have linked all of them. Okay, so linking job is done. Now after linking, what we have to do? Use it. Okay, so third task will be using it. Now if you want to use it, what we have to do is we have to understand how we can use. So if you look carefully and if you really want to use it, you know that whatever information you will be retrieving from there, because if there are edit text, you will be retrieving the information. If there are button, you will click the function. Okay, if there is a text view, you will be retrieving from the database and then displaying. So if I am retrieving the information from the front end design, I have to link it with the database and I have to insert the information in some table. Yes or no? So before moving forward, as per our question, let's finalize what kind of table will we have to create. So if you look carefully, we have to create a table where I'll be first of all having a what, that is serial number. Yes or no? And this is a by default one which is given to the any database. Okay, where you can find the values as 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, as per you keep on inserting the information, that serial number will keep on increasing. Okay, from the second one you can put your required columns. So what we have to insert? We have to insert the marks of the subject. So first one will be physics, chemistry, maths, and English. I hope you're getting my point, guys. So as per the requirement, I can see I have to create a table where there will be how many columns. If you can tell me, that will be good for me. So if you can see here, how many columns is required? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yes or no? So we'll be requiring 5 columns. Okay, guys. So we will have to create a table which will be having 5 columns. How many rows? That is not you have to define, because if you keep on inserting the information, it will be inserted at the end of, like suppose if 5 information is inserted. Okay, then once you move to the next information, it will create automatically the next row and it will insert the information. Okay, so rows we don't have to define, we only have to define how many columns will be there. Okay, so let's see how we can create this table. Okay, so I request the students that you can, at this point of time, you can create this table in your copy, so that if I erase, you can able to understand. Okay, I'll just I want you to create this table so that it will be easy for you to understand. I'll wait for just 30 seconds. In that, I request you just create this table. Keep in mind, we are going to have 5 columns. And I hope I have made you understand why I have 5 columns. So I assume all of you might have created the table. Okay, and if the requirement will be there, I'll erase them also. Now I'm going to move toward the second Java file where this table is created with the help of commands. Which commands? That is SQL commands. Okay, guys. So it's time to move. Okay, so we are now going to visit the user-defined, you can say user-defined Java file, where you will find we have created the table and we have used some SQL commands in order to create that table. Okay, so let's get started to the table part. So I'm erasing this section. If required, I'll erase the table also. So it seems I don't have to erase, and that's a good thing. Okay, so before creating the table, I will request everyone to listen very properly and very, you can, if you have doubt at the point, I'm even looking at the chat box, the comment box. If you will ask something, I'll reply accordingly. So I can see here, I mean, let's first of all now understand how I can create the table. Let's let's understand. Yeah, we are going to use database adapter. This is not activity. I'll explain you what is this. Just wait a bit. Okay, so let's see. So if you want to create any database, you have to take the help of a class that is called SQLite Open Helper. Okay, so keep in mind, whenever you want to create any class, any table, you have to take the help of a class that is called SQLite Open Helper. This class is having all the properties which your child class may require in order to create any table. Okay, guys. So this class which you are seeing here, it is not activity class. It is your what? It is your SQLite class. Okay, it belongs to the framework of SQLite. Okay, it doesn't belong to the framework of activity. Okay, I hope you remember the framework. Okay, so this is not activity framework. It belongs to the SQLite framework, database framework. You can say like that. Okay, so first of all, what we will do, we'll create a class. The name of this class can be anything. Keep that in mind. It's not that I have written here database adapter. The name will be database adapter. Here it's a user defined class. So if required, I can have the name as per my requirement. Like I can have database. Just a second. So I can have any name. Like I can have the name database ABC. Okay, that also is okay. So whatever you want, you can keep the name here. But whatever name you're keeping here, based on that, other names also should be there. Okay. So once you have created the class of SQLite Open Helper, you have to define certain properties. Okay. That is whatever table you want to define, you have to create the names of all of them. Okay, so you can see here. So first of all, what you will write, you will create all the static and final kind of variables, because no one should be able to change them. Okay, and you have to mark them private as well, so that no one can even copy it, because you are creating a table, and if anyone is copying the table, they can change the value also. Yes or no? So you'll mark them private, you will mark them static, you will mark them final. Okay, guys. So look here, all the properties which I have created. So in order to create the table, you have to create these properties. That is, you will create a variable for database version. You can keep any number here. It's up to you, like 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. Like suppose you think of a project, suppose a professional project you are doing, and suppose this is your first database. So you will mark them as database version as 1. Next time you are making some updates, you can mark them as data version 2. It's up to you. Okay. Then you will give a name also to the database. So whatever name you want, you can put it here. Okay, and whatever table name you want, okay, you can put the table name also. So it's up to you whatever name you want. So I have kept the database name as my class and the table name as table name only. Okay, it's up to me, whatever name I want, I can give here. Okay, it's up to me. Next, the table which you have named, which is called here table name, you have to create the variables for them. So if you look carefully, how many variables will be required? I'll require 5 variables. Yes or no? So you can see here in the second part, I have done. I have first of all created a variable for context, which will help me to pass the current context wherever it is asked. Okay, and then what I have done, I have created all the variables here as per the requirement of the table. So I have created the first variable and I have kept the name as ID. Second variable name you can see I have kept as physics, PHY. Third variable CHE, fourth variable maths, and the fifth variable as English. Okay, so till here I have not created the table. I have just prepared the foundation for creating the table by preparing the version name of the database, putting a name to the database, okay, and putting a name to the table, okay, and creating all the variables which is required for my table. Okay. Now once you have done this, you can say your basics, or you can say your basic requirement for creating the table is done. Okay. Now let's move forward and see. So you can see here we have created the constructor of the class which we have created, and we have passed the current context, we have passed the database name, and we have passed the database version also. Okay, so these are actually these are the things which are asked by the super class. Okay, that's why we have to create it and we have to pass it. Okay, next, if you look carefully, we have a function called onCreate. So if you remember, while I was explaining the activity life cycle, do you remember there was a function called onCreate? I hope you might be remembering. I hope yes, guys. So when I was creating the life cycle of the activity, I told you that there are set of functions which executes one after the other automatically. Okay, the same kind of thing is happening here also. Okay, so this function which you are seeing here on create, as soon as we will create the object of database adapter, the function on create will be called automatically. Okay, and what this function will be doing, whatever you want, whatever you will write here, that will be done. Okay, so as soon as when we will create the object of the database adapter, what will happen? Whatever code I have written here, that will be executed. And if you look here, what I have done, I have created a variable for the database adapter here, and I have created the object of this. Can you see here? So inside the main activity, I have created the object of database adapter. So as soon as this object will be created, what will happen? I hope you have got what will happen. The constructor will be defined first of all, and the onCreate function will be called, and whatever code I have written here, that will be executed. And if you have little bit idea, can you guess I have written a code which will create the table? Okay, so do you remember the command create table, table name, and then bracket, and then you will write the first column name, then what type it is, that integer, and primary key you will mark it, and then you will write second column name, and then you will write the type of it. In that way you will write all the column names and type. Yes or no? So if you remember the command create table, or if you want, you can just search in the Google the syntax of create table command. So what you will get there, you will get create table, table name, and the bracket will start there, and inside there first will be your primary key ID, and there you will just write first of all the type of it, and then you will mark it as primary key, and then followed by you will put a comma, and then you will start writing all the column names followed by the type of it. Okay, so I think this part will be clear if you just first of all search the syntax of create table, and which you will get similar to this kind of. Okay, so as you know, this table creation code which I'm writing here, I have created it in under a variable called create contact table. I hope you can see, and I have that type of the variable is what? String. Okay, so why I have marked it string? Because if you can see properly, I'm actually calling a function that is called execute SQL, EXEC So this command, what it does, it executes the SQL queries. Okay, so with the help of this command, this function, what I can do, I can execute the SQL queries, and it should be in the string format. Okay, so first of all, we will write the complete query in the string format, and then we can execute it. Okay, so with this, I hope you have understood, and if you look carefully once more, you will understand that how first of all we have created the complete command of, or you can say complete syntax of create table, and then we have passed the variable which is present here inside as a parameter for the method execute SQL. So what actually is happening, as soon as you create the object of the database adapter class, it will call the function on create, and it will execute what? It will execute what? It will execute this string, and it will actually create the table inside the memory. So you can see at this point of time, the table is created. Okay, so please guys, I hope you are getting my point. So at this point of time, so means which point of time? If I say the best way, you can understand by this line, that as soon as the object is created, I mean as soon as this command is executed, you can say your table is also created. I hope this part is clear to everyone. Okay, now I'll proceed forward. Now till this time, what has happened? My table is created. Now what I have to do, once your table is created, you have to insert the information, you have to retrieve the information, and all those things you have to do. Okay, so let's quickly look at the adapter and let's see how the codes are written here for creating the insert function. Okay, so now if you look carefully, we have created a function called insert123. So any function name you can put. It's not like that you have to put only this function name, and that's why I have marked it as like 123, so that you can keep in mind it's not a predefined function, it is a user defined function. And in this, if you look carefully, what I require all the information which is present in the edit text. Yes or no? I require what? Physics, chemistry, math, and English marks. Okay, so whenever anyone is calling this function, they have to call the marks of all the subjects, and they have to pass. Okay, and inside this I have written a bunch of code which will help me to insert the information. Okay, so if you have little bit idea regarding SQL database, I mean SQL queries and all, you will understand this very properly. So if you remember about any database, and if you want to execute if you want to insert some information inside any table inside the database, first of all, you have to open this, or you can say you have to open this database in the mode of write mode. That's called write mode. Okay, so first step is you open your database in write mode. Okay, W mode I'm writing here. Okay, so once you have opened in W mode, then only you can write inside any table. Okay guys, so with the help of this command, the command is what? This dot get writable database. So when I am calling this function, what will happen? My database will be opened in the write mode, and the variable db will be referencing to it. Okay, so variable db will get the reference of this database. Okay, in the write mode. So once you have got the reference, what I have to do? I have to insert the information. But keep in mind, you have to insert the complete information. So in order to insert the information, there is a function. You have to take the help of a function. Take the help of a class that is called content value class. Okay, so what this class is capable of? This class is capable of collecting all the information at one place first. Okay, and once all the information are collected, then only we can send the information inside this table. Okay, so you can see, first of all, I have created the object of that class by writing here content values, new content values, and then I have called a function of this class that is called put function. Okay, and if you look carefully, I have created the put function. I have called the put function how many times? 4 times. Yes or no? So why 4 times? Because the first is a by default one, which is generated by the database itself, and other 4 columns value you have to insert yourself. So if you look carefully, what has been done here, this content value is not a simple thing. What actually it is doing is, before storing the value, it is first of all finalizing that where I have to store the value. Okay, so for that, what it is doing, it is taking 2 information. One is in which ID what value will be inserted. So this PHY, CHE, maths, and English, these are the variables which will be having the strings. Yes or no? And you can see here we have done a matching. Like in key ID physics, I have to insert physics marks. Similarly, in the key ID chemistry, I have to insert chemistry marks. And similarly for the other 2 also. Okay. So once you have executed from here till here, these 4 commands, what will happen? You can say a buffer kind will be created, where in whichever column, whatever data has to be inserted will be stored. Like In the first one will be marked as key ID physics, and there you will find the physics marks. Let it be like, suppose the marks is 96, it will be there. Second ID will be present here, and the associated marks will be present here. Similarly for all the 4 of them. So once your this temporary buffer is ready, you can call the function insert. Now this is a predefined function. Okay, of which class? This is of which class? That is called SQLite Database class. Okay, so in the SQLite Database class, we have a function called insert, and inside this only we have to insert all the values. So here you can see there are 3 parameters. Okay, and these parameters have some meaning also. So the first parameter you have to write in which table you want to insert, because in database there can be more than one table, yes or no? So you have to specify in which table. Okay, second one you just leave it because it's not at all required for time being. You have to specify like column detail and all, because we have to put in all columns. Okay, so we'll not specify anything here. And the third is the place where you will specify the complete buffer values. Okay, so the content value, which is containing all the information regarding all the columns, will be passed in the third column. Okay, or you can say third parameter. So once this function is executed, that is db.insert function is executed, what will happen? All the information from this temporary storage will be copied to the table inside the database, and you can say the first row will be populated with the information. Okay, so keep in mind, whenever this function is called, what will happen? The next row, wherever the data is present, the next row, automatically the data will be populated. Okay, so if I call it 3 times, you will find that inside in the table, in the 3 columns, the data is populated. Okay, so that was the job of this insert 1, 2, 3 function. Now there is one more function which we have to understand, and just have a look. I'm going to erase and then I'll make you understand. So I hope everyone has understood this part. I'm going to erase it. Okay, and now let's see the next function, which is really very, very important. And I think I will have to erase some part of the table, because you all might have also get aware of what kind of table is this. These basics you might have got also. So now this is the second function which is present here, which is again a predefined function. It's not like that we have to create. It's a it's not a predefined function. It's a user-defined function, not predefined. Sorry for that. It's a user-defined function, and the return type of this function is, it's something you might have not seen. Okay, and that is a cursor class. Okay, so let's first of all understand what really the meaning of cursor here is. So this cursor is actually a very special thing as per the database. Okay, so you can say this cursor is actually the pointer which points to a specific row. Okay, so whichever row this cursor will point, from that row it can grab the information. Okay, so that is the importance, or you can say uniqueness of this class. Okay, so this class is responsible for grabbing the information to whichever row it points to. Okay, so you can see here what I have done. I have opened my database in the read mode first of all. Okay, because if you want to point anything, it is not required to open the database in write mode. Okay, so once you have opened your database in the read mode, what you can do, you can call a function, or you can do a query here, and this query, what it will do, it will be what it will do, it will call the table. Okay, so you might have studied the commands like select command, select star from table name, yes or no? So when you execute this command, what will happen? The complete table with all the information will be in front of you. I hope you're getting my point. So this is actually what a query. Okay, so all kinds of select query can be executed with this command. Okay, so I'll not go in big detail because the select query is very big. You can say the query the command which you are seeing here, this is for this one only. I mean, select star from table. I'm going to get all the information. Okay, So let's see that command, what is written there. So if you look carefully, what's written there, let's have a look. So first of all, in this query, you will pass the table name from where you want to get the information, and then you will create a array. Array of what? Array of, you can say, variables where you want to store the data from that specific row. Okay. So whenever you are opening the database in the read mode and you are going for query, it will be pointing to the first row. Okay. And it will be able to point out to all the specific information as per the table names, or you can say column names you specify. Okay, guys. And then what I'm doing, what I'm doing is, you can see here the variable is x here, and this x only I am returning. Okay, so if anyone is calling the function get inserted data, you will get what? A cursor. Please, I request everyone to write down this point. So if anyone is requesting for the function get inserted data, what will happen? They will get the complete table, and a pointer will be there which will be pointing to the first column, and all the values will be easily available under the column names. Okay, I hope it's clear to everyone. Now let's see the third one. Third function is very simple, that is clear data. Okay, or you can say delete database. Okay, what this will do, it will delete the database. So if you want to delete the database, the command is delete database, and you put the database name, it will delete the database. Okay, so these are the some basic commands which is present inside this database adapter class, which we will be using inside the main activity. So I hope everyone has understood all these basic functions. Okay, I'll just scroll up and show you, and you can understand. Only one thing I have not made you understand, that is about upgrade, which is not at all required for time being. Okay, so other things you might have understood also. Okay, I hope so. Yes, guys. Okay, I'll revisit this while calling the functions from the main activity. So let's now move to the main activity and let's see how we are utilizing them. Okay, so now you have already understood about the table also. If required, I will delete it also. So let's see. So as you know, what basically I have to do, I have to call these functions. So first will be, we have to call the insert function. So when you call the insert function, what I can do, I have to grab all the information from the edit text which is present here, all these edit text. Okay, and I have to put it inside the database. So let's see how we can do it. So as you know, if you click on the insert function, the function insert me has to be executed. So let's go to the main activity and let's see where we have written the insert function. So if you look carefully, here is your insert function. Okay, and in that I have written a code. Okay, so if you can see carefully, the code is something like this. Okay, so now if you look at the coding part, what I have done in the first line, what I have done, if you look carefully, I have called the function of database adapter, that is insert123, and just now we have seen what this insert123 function is doing. Okay, let's quickly visit to the insert function and just see what is their demand. Okay, so if you look carefully, the insert function is in front of you, and if you can see, it actually demands first of all these data. Yes or no? This data it demands. So what I have to do is, I have to get this data, and you all know where is this data. If you look at the front end design, you can see the all data is present where? Inside these 4 edit text. Yes or no, guys? Okay, so let's see how we have done it. So you can see here we have directly called the function which you already know actually. So if I use e1.getText.toString, what will happen? I'll get the text in the string format from edit text 1. Similarly, I have done it for all of them. Okay, so nothing new is here. What I've done is I have called a very basic function which we have studied from day 1, and we have grabbed all the 4 data which is present in the edit text. Okay, and even I have called the function, I have called the toast, which says me data inserted, and I am sure also that if this function will be called, data will be surely inserted because that was the job of that function. Yes or no? So let's see how this function is operating there. Let's move back and see. So if you look here, can you see as soon as the values are coming to these 4 variables, what will happen? It will call this, and just now we have understood what will happen. It will open first of all the database in the write mode, WM. Then what it will do? It will call the content values. It will create a temporary buffer where all these data will be stored as per what? As per the column name. Yes or no? So as per the column name, these 4 column names will be pointed here. Yes or no? Okay, and the data can be these data will be coming here at these places. I hope, though I have made a very clumsy diagram, but if you follow the arrows, you will understand what actually is happening here. Okay, so what actually is happening? All the column IDs are respectively getting the data from the respective positions. Okay, guys. So with this, what will happen? I'll get all the information inside my temporary buffer, and then I'll call quickly the insert function, and it will insert all the information inside this table as per the data present in the values buffer, you can say. Okay, and then it will close the database. Okay, so I hope you got my point and you have understood also that if the main activity is calling this insert 1 2 3 function and passing these values, it's sure that it will be inserted, and that's why I have displayed the message data inserted. And after that, I told you what I should do. I should clean all those edit text. So you can see here I have written some code, and if you look carefully, this complete code is for what? The complete code is very simple, and if you can guess, it is for empty what? Empty all the edit text and text view. In case suppose something is written in text view, that also will be erased. So how to do? If you want to empty anything, just you set some text. So what text I have set? I have set a blank. Okay, this is the best way to empty anything. If you want to erase something, you write a new thing. And what you are writing? You are writing nothing. So when you are writing nothing, it is actually what? It is emptying that text. Okay, are you getting my point? So this is a simple concept. So if you want to erase something, you set nothing in that, and that will empty that, or you can say that will erase that part. Okay, so in this insert function is actually doing this task. Okay, now let's see what the second function is doing. So if you are aware of the second function, and if you look at the front-end design, the second function is trying to do what? Let's see. The second function is trying to find the average. Okay, or it can find sum. It's up to us. What? Let's see. So if you understand one of them, I'm sure you will understand the second also, because if you will get the sum, you can find the average. Yes or no? It's very simple thing. Okay, let's see. I'll explain one of them, and I'm sure if I just show you the code for second one, you will understand automatically. So if I just show you here, can you see what I've done? So inside this void find sum function, first of all, I have called I've done a very smart thing actually. What is that? I have called the function get inserted data, and you all are aware of what this function will be doing. Yes or no? Let's see. If you are clear, then you can understand. Just now we have seen this get inserted data. What it is doing? It is creating what? It is first of all going to call a query, and that query is for us is select star from table name. Okay, this query we are going to execute. So when this query will be executed, you will get your table in front of you, and the type of data type which is present here, that is cursor, this will be pointing to the first row. Okay, and I can get all the information from here. Getting my point, guys? So with this, what will happen? I'll be able to get all the information from the table. Okay, so if you look here, what actually I have done, I have also created a variable called C here, and once this function is getting executed, it is actually returning the cursor position, and that will be now stored inside the variable C. Okay. Now I'll check the C. What is that? I'll check the function move to first. So we will see whether the cursor has moved to first or not. So if this function will give me true, it means sure the cursor is pointing to the first row. Okay. And if it is not pointing to the first row, it will be false and I will be outside the loop. Okay, guys. So it will do that. Okay. Now, once we are confirmed that we are pointing to the first row, we can come inside and perform the task which we are thinking of, that is finding the sum. Okay. So let's see how we can find the sum. So finding the sum is very simple. So as you know, it's all about this C variable only. So if you look carefully and you just try to understand what I am showing you here, can you see I have created a variable called sum, and I'm trying to print all the variables, and I'm trying to find all the variables, and I'm trying to find the sum. So if you look at the first part, see what is written here, integer dot parse int. So integer dot parse int, what it will do? It will convert any string to integer. Yes or no? And how I will get the integer? It's written here, c dot get string 1. So c dot get string 1, what it will do? It will take me to the 1 position. So please keep in mind, inside database, the first column is given the index as 0, second one as 1, third one as 2, like that. Okay, like in the arrays we have. Okay, so get string 1 will give me what? The data from this part. Okay, that is physics here. Okay, similarly, I'll get the second string from the second column, third string I'll get from the third column, and the fourth string I'll get from the fourth column. Yes or no? So once I have got all the strings and I have called the function integer.parseInt, actually what will be available here? If you are guessing, then that is your correct guess. That is, you are going to get all those values, like all the marks. Okay, whatever marks you have inserted. Okay, so you are actually doing this kind of thing. Okay, so you're actually going to find the sum of this, which will be stored inside the variable sum. Okay, and now what I'm going to do, I'm trying to print it inside the text view. So I have used a function, not set text, I've called a function called append here, so that I can print all the column values. Getting my point, guys? Okay, so I'll be able to print what? All the column values. This is the reason why I have written append here. Otherwise, if I write only set text, what I will get? I'll get only the values of one column. Okay, so if you, whichever column you are moving to, you will get the value of that column only. So it's up to you how you want to print. So what I have done is I'm trying to print all the values of all the columns. Okay, so that for that reason I have done the append part. Now if you look carefully inside what I have done, I've written here /n so that I can go to the next line. Now first of all I'll print the ID. So I have written here ID. Now get string, you know what it will do? It will give the string. So get string from the 0th one. Now I'll get what? Index also. Means the first position. That is what? The serial number, whatever be. So that I'll get, and that I'll print. Then I'll go to the next line and I'll print what? I'll print the physics marks. You can see here. Then I'll print the chemistry marks. Then I'll print the math marks, and then I'll print the English marks. And then I'll print what? The total. Okay, guys. So I hope this part is clear to everyone. So for ID, whatever ID will be there, for the first ID, whatever be, will get the all subject values also, and I'll get the total as well. Okay. So this part, I don't think it is very difficult to everyone. It's very simple, and I hope you have got it. Yes or no, guys? I hope yes. Okay, and then we'll close the database. Okay. Now let's move quickly to the last and not the least, which is pretty simple again. Already you have understood everything. I don't have to make you understand all. That is, you have to find the average. Then what you will do, you will again call the cursor class. Again, you will see whether you are in the starting position or not. Okay, and then again, first of all, you will find the sum, and the logic will be again same. I'm not going to change the logic because it's a simple logic. And then what I will do, I'll perform a very simple logic. That is, if you divide by 4, you'll get the average, yes or no, because there are 4 marks. Okay, and then again I'll print it on the text view. Okay, and this I have written do while so that I can retrieve the information from all the rows. Okay, so this move to next will keep on moving till I have retrieved data from all the rows. Okay, so once I've retrieved from all the rows, I'll be able to I'll keep on moving, and once the data has been retrieved from all the rows, you will be outside, and then you will close the database. Okay, guys. So with this, I have explained you each and every line whichever is present here. Okay, and someplace I have kept like text. I'm just trying to erase the content and all. Okay, I've created one more function you might have seen at last. Yes or no? One more function is there, and with the help of this function, I'm just erasing what you can see here. I'm just trying to erase the text view. It's up to you. If you want to erase everything, you will have a small change will be required. What will be that? You can write this part of code. What is that? You'll just copy this part of code. Okay, and if you just write there, what it will do, it will erase everything as per the requirement. Okay, so you can just write that part of code and it will erase everything. Okay, so with this I have completed the coding section, and I'm sure everyone has understood what is going on inside this code, and you have also got the basic idea of inserting, retrieving and all. Okay, and after retrieving what you can do it. Okay, guys, if you want to delete, I have not called that function, but if you want, you can do it. You can call this function, that is clear data, and it will clear the complete database. Okay, if you call this function, you will be able to delete the database also. Okay, now let's do one thing, and let's run the program and see the output, how it is coming. Okay, so I quickly now switch from smartphone to my smartphone, and let me show you the output. Okay, so just a second, guys. So already I have executed the program, so I will not be running the program once more. Okay, I'll just show you. So I'll first of all off my screen from here. Okay, and now I'll just show you my smartphone. So before that, let me first of all open that app. Okay, and then I'll share my screen. So I hope you can see now my screen. I hope so, guys. I hope my screen is visible to everyone. Yes, guys, I hope so. Okay, I'll just show you the project. So now you can see the complete project here. Okay, so I'm trying to insert the marks. Let it be like physics. I'm putting 79, chemistry 67, or 50, or suppose maybe I might have inserted some data. Let me see first. Like maybe I might have inserted some information. Okay, so let's see that first. So if you see, I'm not inserting first. Let me see if I have inserted some information. So if I click on some button, can you see already I have inserted some information? That is what you can see, 2 information I have inserted. That is physics. You can see here physics, chemistry, math, English marks are there, and total is also there. And in second part, you can see here that ID for second student also the information is visible to you. Okay, now I'm going to just clear this. Okay, and I will find the average of it. So you can see for the 2 students, I'm getting the average. Okay, so I'll again clear, and I'll try to insert for a third student. Let it be like I'm pretty bright student is there, and he's getting good marks, very good marks. Maybe you might be that. Okay, so he has got very good marks, and I'm inserting this. So you can see automatically the data is inserted, and all these things have become clear. Okay, now let's see. I'll find the sum of all of them. So now you can see there were 2 first, yes or no? Now it's 3. So I hope you're getting my point. So you can see out of 400 he has got 393, and if I find the average, you can see now there is a problem. Now what is the problem? Okay, I'll just clear first. If I'll not clear, see, the problem here is the screen is not scrollable. So if you can try now, what you have to do, the text view which you have taken here, you have to mark it scrollable. And if you have done that, what will happen? Whatever data is coming here, that you can see properly. So now if you can see, the average marks of all the 3 students is visible to you. Yes or no, guys? Okay. So with this, I hope you have understood how to insert the information, how to retrieve and all, and how to make some changes, and then you can, if you want, you can save as well. Okay, those inform things I have tried my best to make you understand. So with this, I will end up today's class. I will not take more than this, and I hope you have understood whatever is going on here. So till here, I hope all of you might have got the information, like how we can create table, how we can insert the information and all that you might have understood. So with this, I'm stopping the class for today. If you have any query and all, you can ask me. I'll just give you 1 or 2 minutes. If you want, you can ask some query. If there will be no query in coming 1 minute, I'll end the session. So I can see, oh, what is in tomorrow's session? I mean, I've also not checked it. I'll check and tell. I mean, I don't remember what I have to teach tomorrow. I'll see that. Okay, maybe one thing surely I'll do that. That is how we can debug and all. So regarding debugging, I'll surely tell, and I'll take some more topics. Whichever is left, I'll see in the syllabus part, and I'll go accordingly, and I will try to complete as per it was given to you all. Okay. So as it is Sunday, I can even extend little bit. I'll extend the session, and I'll try to complete whatever is left out. Okay, guys. So with this, now I'm ending the session. I'll request organizer to end the session. Thank you, everyone.